Well, I wasn't prepared, but my camera says I am. So, hello, y'all. How are you? Welcome to my channel, Embracing the Chaos. I'm your Elizabeth. Hey, I'm your Elizabeth. If you didn't have one, you got one now. Are you getting some kind of downloads? Yeah, we're getting some kind of downloads here. Something from the feminine, possibly. They're trying to change something. So you're trying to change something, and you're thinking about it, and you're really evaluating what kind of changes that you need to make. There's something here within the heart chakra that apparently needs to be healed here. Or, no? No, they're telling me no. So, there's a transformation that's taking place within the heart chakra. That's what I'm saying. It has to do with some kind of repetitive cycle that you continuously put yourself into. And I'm seeing that you're being blocked from doing that. So it's a mistake. It's not a mistake. I don't believe anything is a mistake. It's something that you feel is a mistake. You're going back to the very beginning of it. To really understand it. Yeah. Yeah, you're freeing yourself from it. Look at the Lost card. If you see up here, it's a reminiscent, but it's like needing to be freed from it. And then it's something that's deeply rooted. It's been there for a hot minute. It's going to allow you to be put back in alignment. It's putting the masculine and feminine, or the your 3D with your spiritual and your emotions. The emotions, because they're showing me the water, so that things are going to be calmer now. Like, we're calm in the middle mind, we're calm in the heart space, because we're taking sure-footed actions here. This is something that you lost a long time ago within the self. You're possibly needing to move in silence, so don't be telling people what your plans are. You just don't need the negative energy. The he said, she said, or the bullshit that they're going to say, well, you shouldn't do that, or you should do this, or you should do that. You don't need to hear that stuff. You're going to be honored by the next full moon. Looks like there's something coming in that's going to give you some kind of sense of gratification here. Lady of the Wild Beast come out. It's a secret. It's unknown. Okay, I'm not supposed to tell you. Okay, well, I ain't going to tell you. It's in due time. It's one of those things that a high priestess has to experience sometimes from time to time. We have certain information, but if we give it too soon, then the strength of it or the validity of it is taken away from it. So I'm getting an energy of, like, there's certain information that you're not supposed to be aware of at this time that you could stumble upon. Pay close attention to that energy and don't focus your energy on it, because it's going to create some kind of energetic blockages, because of this healing that needs to be done within the heart space. So there's a frequency change, so it looks like you're transitioning into a different timeline. So right now you're in a period of pause. Let's see what else comes up. You have some unspoken desire here, some kind of unspoken dream. You suffered in silence around it. The loss, I'm feeling like it was fragmented is what I'm hearing, fragmented. There was bits and pieces of your dream that was coming into your reality, but it was because you were fragmented, then it showed up fragmented. So, oh, okay. So that changes. So you're changing whatever was deeply rooted within the self that is allowing the shift to take place so things can align up and you can get more out of your manifestation abilities rather than less, because your frequency isn't in the same. So now you're operating in the same frequency, in the same realm in which you are wanting some kind of dream of yours. You haven't expressed it though, and I feel like that's probably why I was seeing that move in silence. We're keeping it a secret. We're keeping it to ourselves. You could have felt blocked. You could have moved away from it. It's like you dismissed it. Someone was in their ego. It could have been you were in your ego at the time. You were in a fragile place, so it wouldn't align with you at the time because of energetically it would have taken from you what it should have been given to you, because you couldn't have shown up for it in the way that you need to show up for it. So now you're able to actually come into a place where your frequency matches what it is you've been trying to manifest, and the opportunity is a very delicate one, so it has a lot of moving parts. You're going to have a deja vu epiphany about it. There's someone here in your energy that seems to be a little bit envious or a little bit resentful. Could have been an aspect of the self. It played a role into blocking you from it. It was an unpredictable energy. Now, this is, I do feel like this envious part was a part of the self. It caused you to be competitive or unhappy. And it completely dismantled something. That's what I'm hearing. Dismantled your dreams. So something that you were working on. You could have been working with someone else or someone else's, like other people, other than just yourself. Yeah, there's a soulmate. Could have felt like you lost a part of it, lost a part of yourself when you lost this person. I'm seeing the feminine here. You're being more gentle with yourself when it comes to the cycles. I'm seeing the continuous cycle. So you're loving yourself, and because you're loving yourself, it's not, that's what's the messages are coming in, that you're healing something, because that's why you're not going to be jumping back on this bandwagon that you've been on for quite some time. This unpredictability, you being unpredictable or not being able to predict what was coming towards you, is possibly something that could have caused you to make some bad decisions because you didn't understand where you were going or how you were going to get there, or the path that you were on. Okay. Let's jump into the tarot, babes, and see what the tarot has to say. Queen of Swords, Strength, Three of Pentacles. Two of Cups. You spoke some kind of truth here, and it gave you this the strength and courage to, or is going to. Someone is speaking. I don't feel like that's you. It could be a facet of the self, though. You could see how you played it small in your connections. Because if you can play it small by allowing certain energies into your hemisphere. In your hemisphere, by allowing or accepting certain things that you shouldn't be accepting. That's playing it small on yourself. Somebody would gain from you not valuing yourself enough to continue to get on these repetitive cycles with them, and it ultimately, you know, it's a bad decision, you know, it's a bad choice, you know, it's not something you need to, you know, put your time, energy, and effort into, but yet you still did this because of, it looks like it possibly could have been some kind of wounding that happened to you when you were really young, and it caused you to suffer a lot. This is giving like a mother wound or a father wound. So yeah, this is definitely, I feel like it's a father wound. I do. Because there's a lot of stress. You're really, really worried about the unknown. But you're learning. Even though you've been in a place of doubt, is what I'm hearing, a place of lack, you are really seeing through it. So it's like lifting the veil with that page of swords there. The veil's being lifted here. You're actually able to see something. See something about an opportunity possibly that's being gifted, is what I was going to say. I mean, I was personally going to say it was going to be offered to you, but it's being gifted. You could feel like it's lying. It's full of lies, and you could end up walling up. But it's because of the lies that you've told yourself about it, possibly. The lies that you tell yourself, that you're not worthy, or you're not capable, or you're not deserving, or because you didn't. The father one would say that, you know, would definitely play a role here. See, Queen of Wands definitely calls someone. Definitely play a role here because of the fact that we didn't have that role model to stand up for us, to protect us. I mean, that's what a father would do. And so if the father would see you doing something that's potentially harmful to you, then a father would stop you from doing that, right? So let me guess, you didn't have a father that give the boys a talk to, you know. I have a daughter, and I gave every boy that came into her vicinity a good old talking. I'm a heavy equipment operator, and I don't mind digging holes, and I can bury a body real quick. She ain't got no daddy. I'm her mama daddy, and bet I will show you what's done. That comes from a wound, though. You're going to be really passionate about the choice that you're about to make, though. But I do see Temperance. The Knight of Cups in the reverse, the Two of Wands, the King of Pentacles. You're going to possibly see why you made some kind of choice not to heal a situation with someone. It's going to be clear to you why you were unsure about connecting with it. Because it wasn't going to stand up for you. It wasn't going to stand up for the connection. It wasn't going to be there for you. Because you want something that's really going to value you, and you're starting to love yourself more which a father's role is meant to teach you how men are supposed to treat you and what to accept and what not to accept, because a father's going to be really critical about that. A mother is too. I'm not saying a mother wouldn't, but a father, that's the father's role as far as connecting with their daughter, is to teach. And they teach by being an example. And because you didn't have this role model, you didn't have this example in your life, and I'm pretty sure that the ones that your mother connected to weren't very good examples, you accepted certain things that you shouldn't have accepted in your relationships. And now that you're starting to love yourself, you're going to be able to see through that Ace of Cups. So there's an Ace of Cups that is coming towards you from someone in your past whom the feelings and the energy that comes up for you as far as connecting with it is there's some kind of deception. And it is a deceptive energy. Ooh, this person, they prey on, so this is someone that, not like, well, a predator is a predator. I don't know if this person, I don't feel like this person consciously is aware of it though. This loss is the reason. The loss of, or the feelings of sadness of not having a role model for this is the reason why you didn't have direction. And because you didn't have the direction or the understanding, or because this father figure wasn't there to direct and to teach you and to show you how you're supposed to be treated, you just kind of accepted whatever was given to you, even if it was toxic. Devil with the Ace of Cups. I have the Nine of Pentacles. You're doing good. You're standing on your own. That's the reason. You know, that's the reason why you've been single for a while, though. You may have had relationships, but I don't feel like they were someone that you were actually completely involved in, as in living, you know, supporting one another, caring for one another, building into something solid. The connections that I'm seeing here is like you lived in one place, they lived in another, which, you know, for some people that's fine. But I don't. Someone with the depth that you have is not someone that's what you want. I see you've had to stand really, really firm to your decisions, and you've had to build up for yourself. Here's pre-empress energy. This is the results and the rewards and for your effort. You were building into connections with people that you were never actually going to be fulfilled with, because they couldn't do that. They had some kind of wounding of their own. I'm not trying to make excuses for them. We attract what we are. And that is why you were always single. You were proving something to yourself here. I see you have a new beginning, though. Or you're taking a leap of faith towards something and you're feeling pretty optimistic about it. It's not something that you necessarily are aware of just yet. It does come down to some kind of choice here. You've carried the weight of some kind of heartbreak, and it's the heartbreak from your father not being there. For not having a father, that role model. You've carried it, and that's coming to an end. You've completed something here. You're making a choice to reconcile that part of yourself, to pull that part of yourself back in, because I see you, yeah, pulling it back in. And your intuition's guiding you to do that. So that's what's kind of blocked you from actually tapping into the lower realm, into the masculine energy, as far as intuitively being able to tap into that energy. 2020 on the clock. That keeps showing up in all my readings. So there has been communication within the self. The feminine and the masculine have been communicating, but you've been receiving the majority, which intuition usually does come from the upper realm, which is the feminine controls that part. But the masculine does play a key role into that. And even though there's been some kind of communication, there was still some crud, we're going to call it crud, within the heart space that wasn't allowing it to free flow. So it wasn't allowing it to possibly come up at this specific time that you needed it. Yeah. The communication can now go through. Emperor. You're taking back control. Earlier in one of my readings, it came out that somebody quit their job. That's what I'm seeing here. You're taking back your control over possibly some kind of boss here. If it's not a boss, you're just taking back control of whatever's had a hold on you for a really long time. You've worked through that. You've mastered something. And you're no longer in its grip. There's some kind of communication that comes in quickly, where somebody wants to build into something with you. Something's going to happen here. It could be a work situation. Four of Pentacles. It's been held back from you for a minute. Somebody's waiting to see if you accept something here. And it's if you take the bait. They have another option, but they're holding off on accepting or going in those ways because they're trying to see if there's something there. Like, when I say take the bait, it's like they're going to drop something. They're going to say something. They're holding off from saying it right now, but they're trying to see if they give a little bit, if they give you enough, will you take the bait? For some of you, this is toxic. And that's why you're able to see through it. For some of you, it's not toxic. It's actually somebody that's pretty damn stable. Nine of Pentacles. That truly wants to work. And it's a choice that they're making. I know it sounds bad the way I'm saying it, but that's the way it's coming out. But it's like they're not breadcrumbing you. They're just trying to see if you will give to the situation if they were to offer you something. Because I see that they're completely unsure with the Four of Pentacles and the King of Swords. They're not sure if you would accept anything from them, some kind of offering from them anyway. So they're going to test the water. Yeah, that's where they're trying to get the clarity. They're trying to see. You'll have a clear knowing whether or not this is something that's trying to trick you by manipulating you because of the way it feels in the heart space. And that's because that's what this whole reading is about. The masculine energy is actually able to communicate at the time it needs to communicate, and that you're able to understand what's being communicated and what energies it's coming from, where it's stemming from, and you'll know exactly. So say that The feminine had warned you, but it didn't ever reach the heart space because there was a blockage in there. And the masculine was agreeing with the communication between the two, but because of what we had in the heart space, because of this loss or this feelings of sadness that we had in our heart space, we weren't able to actually feel it for ourselves to understand that it was a trigger, or it was something toxic, or it was something. So we weren't able to, and we kind of made a, I'm hearing head over heart, but it doesn't feel like it's a head over heart necessarily in that fashion. It was a decision based on necessity, whereas now we're making decisions out of something that's more concrete, and we have a complete understanding as to whether or not what we're feeling is being presented. And don't let anybody question you. They're really pointing out, don't let anybody cause you to question that, because I feel like there's been a lot of people in the past that you specifically told them exactly what they were doing, and they denied it till they were blue in the face. Like extreme narcissistic tendencies here. They denied, and they had you questioning your own intuition and what it is you were feeling. Don't allow energies in there into your hemisphere to do that. You go with it. If your gut's telling you that it's not something good, then by golly, you believe it. If your gut's telling you it's something good, then by golly, you believe it. If you need to, take some time. You don't ever have to make a decision, especially on decisions when it comes to lovers or things like that. You always have time. So take the time that you need to ground yourself. This reconciliation that you're making within the self is actually bringing in something that has a lot of strength and courage and nobility, and it's down. It's down for you. Like, it's a solid stinking offer. Let's see. Tell me about the Three Cups. Are you reconciled? Is this a reconciliation within the self? Empress. It's healing some, because I'm seeing three cards of healing here. It's really healing something to the point that there's been so much growth that you won't take impulsive action towards things without breaking and making sure that it's in alignment for you. If it's not in alignment for you, you're not going to do it. You're not attaching yourself to it. If it's not something that you can actively grow with, and that's actively going to grow with you, and it's something that you can't bring to where you're going, then you're not taking it with you. Because you're an empress, and an empress has to have an emperor. Otherwise, the empress just does it herself. So you're an empress energy, so you're just going to do it for yourself. You don't need somebody. You don't need somebody to be there with you. You want somebody there to be with you. There is a difference. And I feel like you've been on the journey of actually learning that for a hot minute. You've been saying that over and over repeatedly in your connections. And it shows. It shows in your track. If you look back at the different energies that you were entangled with, some of them had good jobs, some of them had stability, some of them had plenty to offer, and some of them didn't. You were not concerned about their material assets or what they had going for them. Each one of the individuals did have a lot to give in the heart space. However, I feel like the energies just were too wounded by their own issues and weren't healing themselves, and that's why those connections didn't work out. And you've learned that if it's someone that you're attached to that's not going to stand up for you and your connection, is going to talk trash behind your back, and really doesn't know how to show that they care, then you're not going to attach yourself to that energy, because it's not going to benefit you in any way. And an Empress knows when there's something that she has to cut loose because it's not benefiting her. So you've definitely released yourself from something here that was holding on to you, that wasn't benefiting you, that was stifling you. It was quite demanding. I see a partnership that's really balanced. That is going to heal this child wound for you. 30:30 on the clock, on the timer. This could be a past relationship. It doesn't necessarily, well, let's see. Tell me about this Two of Cups. Is it coming in, or is that what's going out? It's a connection that's coming towards you. Because you made some kind of choice here to free yourself from something that wasn't given to you properly. Yeah. You made a decision here. And you withdrew your energy. You withdrew your sword. It's not worth a fight. An Empress knows what to actually put her energy into, and what to fight for and what not to fight for. So you were constantly fighting with, and it didn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could have been just some kind of work endeavor, some kind of partnership. And anyways, you really realized that there was nothing worth fighting for within it. So you've allowed yourself, and you don't have to, it's like that impulsive energy was something that you did because you felt like you had to fight for it, just to prove to yourself, but you don't have to fight for it anymore. You shouldn't have to fight for anything. That's not, if it doesn't free flow, then set it free. It's not meant for you. And an Empress knows that. So there's something here where you were attached to, you had put in a lot of time, energy, and effort into it, and it was not reciprocating. And you've seen that. You set it free. You brought a tower to it, and that's why there's a new beginning. You brought a tower to it. 32. I can see that, and I understand that. It's going to circle back around, because this person's trying to manifest you back in, and it's totally up to you. Use your discernment. Yeah, it's going to stress you out, because this person is definitely trying to manifest another opportunity. And it would just be a vicious cycle. Yeah, 5 of Swords. It's standing in your way of what it is you truly desire. And once you accept that, you're going to be able to walk away and make this change. This is weird. Like the energy, I keep picking up on the energy of you, and that's what I'm focusing on, but I keep getting it. There's another energy here that is experiencing some kind of upset, some kind of upheaval in something that they thought that it was a wish come true of theirs, and they're gaining some kind of clarity here, and looks like, babes, they're fixing to communicate to you. That's not the same energy. It's 2 different energies here. Knight of Wands, 6 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 7 of Cups. Yeah. They're being passionately driven to do it, to offer this up. It's taking me back to that person I was talking about a minute ago. So this is really about you sitting with the energy, giving yourself enough time to see how it feels. 34. So how it feels breaks down to a 5. Because there's something here that's a heavy burden that seems to be causing some kind of confusion. So that's the reason why you're needing to sit with it. To see, oh, it's because of what's being offered. It's the way it's presented to you. It's the way it feels. So it's like you really need to focus on the way it makes you feel. I'm seeing the devil with the Fool again, but now it's reversed. Does it feel toxic, or does it feel like something you can move towards? That you can stand with, that you can grow with, that can grow with you, that's in alignment. Anything else? Well, there's some kind of belief system here, yeah, that you're working through. That's what we're doing here. We're working through the belief system because of the Father, not having that Father robe. And that's going to allow you to lift the veil, because that's what you're doing right here. The Seven of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Seven of Swords with the Moon. That's lifting the veil. That's being able to see through bullshit. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. Or you can't bullshit someone that's been bullshitted as many times as you have. And you're not leaving shit up to fate. You're not leaving shit up. You're speaking your truth. You know, with clear knowing if something's being deceptive, if something's being hidden here. And you go the other way. You surrender it. The Fool surrenders. And goes where they're meant to go, where they're drawn to go. So you understanding and seeing this belief system is what's really had you on pause and not being able to manifest what it is in a relationship, because this does feel, or it, no, they're correcting me, it doesn't have to be just a relationship. It's going to be all over the board. It's actually going to apply to anything that you are trying to manifest in your life. A boss that's decent, a father figure, a role model, a mentor of someone that has a lot of validity, someone that has a lot of status that is respectable. This could be a relationship with someone, but this because you're doing that for yourself, babe. You're showing up for yourself, and that's why this is coming in. So until we meet again, toodaloo!